Honestly, for this video, you know, I'm gonna just be talking about, like, honestly, just knowing your audience. And uh I was about to just go watch the boys and chill, but I was like, nah, let me get this off my mind. you know um I say, like, know your audience. I mean, like, sometimes know the people that you're speaking to. Not saying like they can be bad or good influences, because it's all depending on how you see them and what they're doing in your life. And honestly, why I said that is because, for example, like, in my family dynamic, I know there is a couple of people in my family that are, like, what I would call, like, they're extreme. They go to the extreme. And then there's more people that are, like, I feel like they're more realistic. Not saying like it's unrealistic to be extreme. What I mean by extreme is, like, they're just emotionally wise. They show their emotions on their sleeve. I think that's the saying. So what I mean by that is, like, I feel like their emotions are more explosive and dynamic, which isn't bad. And then there's people in my family who are, like, more in touch with their emotions and on their softer side. Um, I feel like my mom and grandmother are definitely, like, and my brother sometimes can be, like, more of the explosive dynamics in my family. Oh, this game is loud, bro. They're definitely more explosive and dynamic in my family, so I feel like I have to be careful of the type of things I tell them, just based off of how they might react. Um, I know my mom would react, like, if I tell her a situation, for example, like, I was thinking of this in my head, what's the best situation to say, but, like, say, for example, I tell my mom, grandma, or my brother the sky is blue. They're gonna be, like, more like, why is the sky blue? Like, like, questioning me, like, why do you think the sky's blue? Like, not pressure, but just, like, they just want to get my side and understand what's going on. And I feel like that's more of a difference than if I was to tell my sister or dad that the sky is blue. They'll really, like, try to just sit down and be like, why do you think the sky is blue? Like, like, in a more questionable way, really just to get more knowledge on their end. And I'm not saying either way is bad. I'm saying just know the type of questions that you are asking people. Like, if you want to know something, be careful what you're asking them and how you're asking them, honestly, because it's like, I feel like the person you're telling it to can impact how you feel about the situation as well. Because if I go to my mom or my grandma and brother, for example, they're, like, what I call the extremes. They'll they might have you questioning why is, like, the sky. They might have you questioning just based off of the way they're reacting. Why is the sky blue? Or, having you thinking, like, maybe I should change the way the color of the sky is. Maybe the sky isn't blue. Maybe it's, like, pink and orange. Like, I feel like you're just more questionable. But with someone like my sister, she might just have me thinking more realistically, like, okay, the sky maybe might be blue because there's a lot of water in the world, or maybe the reflection of it, or so, I don't know. But, like, I'm just using that as an example, honestly, so you can, like, put that into your own terms of how you want to do that, whatever. And honestly, yeah, that's what I really wanted to say, get that off my mind. I also wanted to say about just the idea of, there's people that, like, do it, and there's people that don't do it. And there's two sides to everything, like, duality in the world. So, of course, it's nothing wrong with doing it, and there's nothing wrong with don't doing it as well. Like, sometimes I know people are like, oh, they might be like, oh, this person's lazy because they don't do this, but maybe them not doing it is actually the best thing for them, because that's I don't, like, maybe that's just what they like, you know, and maybe the person that does it all the time, maybe that's the best thing for them because they're a doer. They need to get tasks done to feel successful. Maybe the person who doesn't do it doesn't need to be as successful, you know, like maybe they don't need to feel that fulfillment of being successful from just doing an activity, you know. And I think there's both sides to each story, so it's like do everything in moderation to what you see fit, honestly. An example I was going to use is kind of funny, but I have a big gap in my teeth, right? And there's going to be people that always look at me and remember me for my gap. So if I was to ever say one day, oh, I want to close my gap, there's going to be people that are on the side of, oh, don't do it because it's a characteristic that God gave you, you know, it's something that it's your character, so I wouldn't do it. Then there's going to be people on the opposite spectrum that are going to be like, do it. Um, Maybe you'll get more girls, or maybe you'll feel better about yourself, self-confidence, and you know what I mean? So there's always going to be someone that's going to like have an opinion on what you're doing regardless of how you're doing it. You know, so I feel like you should always just do what you want to do, honestly. Like, don't let anyone try to stir you off of what you want to do, even like friends or family. Because even my mom wants me, like, she's like, oh, we can get you braces again. And I'm just kind of like, I already want to do it again. So I'm like, I don't really want to do it. So, you know, it's two sides of it, honestly. Or I can also be like, maybe I do want to do it. Maybe I just want to see, like, having straight teeth. And, like, you know, it's just like, that's just an example again. Like, when I do the examples, don't really try to, like, I mean, try to make sense of it, of course, but, like, don't try to be like, oh, he's taking this in a literal sense. But no, it's just the example that fits well in my life, and maybe it can help you organize the thoughts in your head, what sits well with you, what sit, yeah, yeah. But yeah, that's that's again just knowing your audience and like knowing who you're talking to. Um, but yeah, on a less serious side, definitely happy to be graduating. All glory to God, you know, for the opportunity to even do this. Um, yeah, I'm gonna be more consistent. Like today, this is just a random like thought that just came to my mind, and I felt like it was needed to tell you guys this, because you know sometimes there's a lot of hold. Sometimes there's a lot of times in life where it's like you may ask someone for an opinion, or you just want to know information, and sometimes you just got to be careful if you're asking, what you're telling them. um I also learned that it's like sometimes it's just best to just keep things to yourself. I know sometimes you just got stuff that you just want to overshare. That's my mind. I always want to like share knowledge or what I need to say, and I just realized that sometimes it's just best for you to just be quiet. And there's nothing wrong with silence, or just being quiet in a certain situation. Just being quiet, you know. I feel like sometimes that's the best thing to do. Sometimes just be quiet. Like, even though I'm a person that doesn't even like, it's kind of hard for me to even sometimes be an active listener, just because my brain is like, I feel like my brain is constantly on the go. So it's like, you know, oh, let me jump in next. Let me respond to what this person is saying, or let me show this person. No, I'm not thinking that, you know, like, or let me try to like change this person's opinion. That's one thing I realized, like, that you really can't do at the end of the day. You don't know what somebody's going, you don't know what someone went through in their life. So it's going to be hard to sit here and change someone's opinion on what they think is wrong or right, or what they like to do in their life versus what you like to do in your life. You can't sit here and say, I'm going to try to get this person to think the way I think. Because at the end of the day, you may get that person for a day, you may get that person for a week, but I don't think you can sit here and truly say what a person can or can't do. Of course, if it's like good actual knowledge, then of course you want to tell that person that. But you can only do so much. So it's like, are you going to sit here and try to change someone's entire mindset? You know what I mean? But yeah, that's really much what I wanted to talk about. On another note, I'm about to get that new Lego Batman, see what that's hitting on. A nice little gift to myself. Getting into work. I also need to get a new mic, so the quality of the audio is better. And yeah, looking to get into, like, I don't know, I feel like I can't just retire sports, because I feel like I need something to train for in order for my body to, like, stay healthy and consistent. Like, I am noticing I'm getting a little gut, but that's cool. It's cool. It happens, like, as we age. But I feel like I need to just go do something else, like maybe get into another sport, or maybe just like do another sport for fun, which is not crazy. Just doing something for myself that I enjoy. Just doing what you enjoy in life. Don't let someone try to, like, don't let anyone try to take away your joy, honestly. But yeah, that's pretty much all I wanted to say. And just keep your head up. I know things might look worse right now. Things might look better. I say just keep your head on that smooth medium. Just stand in the middle. Don't get too high on the highs. Don't get too lows on the lows. Stay right in the middle. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Talk to y'all another update. Probably when I get back home, set up my setup there. I'm just trying to get some new setup stuff, and yeah, that's all I really want to do. So